Alrighty, guys, here we go for the first of the last 16 UEFA Euro 2020 roundups here on Fog Fitba. You may notice the videos haven't really been uploaded frequently as of late, and that's because, to be honest, ever since Ivan Perisic scored that header against Scotland to make it 3-1, I'll be honest, I haven't really given a fuck about the Euros. It kind of died to me.
I mean, for me, it died when that fucking
shit goal went in.
The second one.
And Davy Marshall's on the halfway line. Fucking look like a fish out of water. Aye, but I guess we need to talk about these games regardless. Scotland might not be there, but it doesn't really matter because Wales are no longer there, and on Tuesday England will no longer be there either. So hey, they'll be joining us back at home. But anyway, the results for the first two last 16 games today were Italy 2, Austria 1 after extra time. Austria, I thought, played alright, man, did well. Held the Italians to a 0-0 draw 90 minutes, which has been easier said than done based on this tournament, because Italy have been scoring a lot of goals. And in the other game, this game was kind of billed as 50-50. Going into this game, a lot of people thought Wales had a good chance of going through, but it's certainly not how it panned out. Denmark, arguably without their best player after he almost died on the pitch, still managed to hump Wales by 4-0. And it was easy for Denmark, to be honest. They were great today.
Wales were pish.
They thoroughly deserved the 4-0 victory. So if you had any Danish players in your fantasy team, you probably did alright today. So what game are we going to talk about first? Denmark, Wales, or Italy, Austria?
We'll talk about Denmark, Wales, for the simple fact is...
You didn't see it.
Yes, and no, but see this game, right? This is... I predicted it beforehand, not on this crap channel, but I mean, I did say that...
On another crap channel?
No, I just said in real life that they get I just said they get the fucking job.
You never said that to me, like me.
I said Denmark's head were up their arse from the first game. They dominated Belgium for most of the game, but Belgium and then they pumped Russia.
See, the worst, I don't think... Seeing you look back at that Finland game, I think you can make a case that shouldn't have been restarted.
Yep. I don't think it probably shouldn't have been. I mean, the guy was dead on the pitch. He was dead.
I mean, I just think the Denmark players' minds would have been elsewhere. But I guess no harm done because they managed to get through in the end. And you know what? They're probably grateful because had they won that game and then maybe beat Belgium and topped their group, they'd have been playing Portugal in the last 16. But instead, they managed to get Wales to beat them. Like I said, a lot of people went into this expecting it to be 50-50. I just think if you look at the Denmark team, they've come a long way in the last couple of years. You look at their players, and they've got players that do play for big clubs around the world. Now, you can argue perhaps Wales had the best, maybe two best players on the pitch, but it's a team game. You need 11 good players to win.
It's 11 good players against 9 shite and 2 good.
So
let's be real, that Welsh team's pish. Fucking Kiefer Moore up front. Kiefer Moore.
So yeah,
let's be real. I mean, Dykes isn't the greatest thing, but but at least Shea Adams.
I think Dykes would lead the line for Wales, like.
Yeah. And you look. I mean, our midfield alone, with 2 left backs, it would.
Well, we don't have the Welsh Xavi, like, to be fair, but
we do have the Ardross and fucking Pirlo. So.
So yeah, Wales couldn't get the job done, and I mean, it's alright saying Wales have Gareth Bale, but if we're being honest, how often does Gareth Bale actually turn up?
Yeah.
If Gareth Bale and Ramsey play to their absolute best today, then perhaps it's a different scoreline, perhaps it's a different outcome. But in my opinion, especially for their country, I don't think Ramsey in general's had like one really good season. Apart from that, and I think Bale's very hit and miss. And today, they didn't really do anything when Wales needed them the most. And it was Denmark that they just annihilated them. 2 goals for Dahlberg, a goal for Mali, a very good goal for Mali actually. The third goal was fantastic. The build-up was good as well. But the fourth goal from Braithwaite, it was originally ruled offside. VAR corrected it to be onside. But, this was a solid goal as well. Lovely cushion header down. He traps it, takes it past the defender, smashes it into the bottom corner. Great goal. Where Cornelius came on as well for Denmark, and he just ran the Welsh defence riot. I mean, he was taking on like 4 or 5 fucking players. It was like watching Messi with the ball. The Welsh players just couldn't get the ball off him. Every time Wales went on the attack, Cornelius just picked up the ball on the counter and wasted about 30 seconds and took the ball off of the edge of the Denmark box right to the edge of the Welsh box. They just couldn't touch him. Tried hacking him a few times. Wales did get a man sent off. I thought was very unreasonable. It was, who was it again?
Harry Wilson.
Harry Wilson. It was never a red card, to be fair. Bad challenge. You know, it was definitely a yellow, but I mean, it just wasn't a red. He kicked it. He just stopped the guy, you know, on the counter. No, but it wasn't like violent conduct. You know, he purposely fouled the guy, but he's not like his last man. So it was never a red. So that kind of added a wee bit more insult to the Wales injury.
Then it was 4-0.
So yeah, Denmark win. We've covered the goals. And then after the interview, Gareth Bale storms off after being asking, was that his last game for Wales? I don't know why it would be his last game for Wales. Apparently, he was asked the same thing the other day after Wales defeated, Wales lost to Italy. They said, would the game in the last 16 against Denmark be our last game? And he said he wanted at least one more. What does he mean by one more game? Does he mean like one more tournament? Does he mean one more qualifier for the World Cup? One more friendly?
Maybe he meant the last 16 game.
Well, see, he's hardly going to fucking retire mid-tournament, is he? He's hardly going to retire mid-tournament.
Apparently, though, he might just retire, like, from football, not just Wales.
Like, because he can't find anyone to pay his insane Real Madrid wages?
Maybe because he just can't be fucking arsed.
He wants to go and take up golf?
Aye, maybe.
Fuck him, he's an overrated bastard anyway.
Alright, then.
Anyway, I think that's all I've got to say.
I mean, no point beating a dead horse. Wales are pish and Denmark were good.
But you just feel, when you look at the Wales team, you see Bale in it, it kind of gives you a wee bit of hope that, here, if he turns up, they can do something.
Aye, but... Yeah.
Can you imagine Wales without the Bale in it? It's just...
Wales in 5 years, like, Robert Tester.
Like, that's what I mean. I mean, people can say what they want about Scotland, but I feel like you take our best players out, and I'm still pretty okay with the squad. I mean, our best players are... Well, somebody says only two world-class players we've got are Robertson and Gordon. Now, if Gordon retires tomorrow and Robertson snaps his legs...
If Gordon's world-class, why the fuck's Marshall starting?
Well, I asked that question, but not because I think Gordon's world-class, but, I mean, let's say for argument's sake that is the case. If Gordon retired tomorrow and Robertson snapped his leg and never played again, I don't really fear it for Scotland. But, I mean, if Bale retires tomorrow and Ramsey snaps his legs, I mean, I think that's Wales pretty much fucked as a footballing nation.
Yep.
Anyway, we've spoken enough about Wales. That's them done. They join Scotland back at home. Amsterdam, I guess it's a wee bit of a travel back. But hey, at least they got the last 16. I'd have happily took that as a Scotland fan. See, just qualifying and getting pumped in the last 16. I'd have settled for that, but no. We just got pumped in the group stages instead. So, moving on to a team that has not been pumped so far, but they've done all the pumping. That was Italy. Well, they didn't do much pumping today because they were held to 0-0 by Austria. Italy pretty much had the better of the first half, although there wasn't a lot in it. I mean, it wasn't the great Italy performance that we've seen so far in this tournament. Second half, though, Austria were the better team, took over, probably should have arguably deserved to win the game in the second half, had a goal ruled offside Arnautovic with a header at the far post. It was close. It was close. I mean, it's something that, in my opinion, before VAR, if this was given as a goal and then you seen the replay, I don't think you'd be crying, oh, robbery, or, like that. You might be like, I think he was a wee bit offside, but it's not like, it wasn't like, oh, they fucked up here. I think it could have went either way. They decided to disallow it, finished 0-0. Italy got 2 early goals in the first half of extra time. Austria battled back, tried to create chances. Sabitzer missed a great chance. He misconnected with the strike. The ball fell to him for a second time, and then he smashed it over the bar. I mean, awful for him. A player of his quality expected a wee bit of a better finish. Italy were on the counter. Balotelli had Belotti even.
Bella fucking Tally.
Belotti had an opportunity. He couldn't correct properly either. Then it was Kalajic with an amazing diving header at the near post. I've never seen a header like this in my life. I mean, I reckon this guy could try this a million times and not do it again. I mean, he comes right
to... You're pronouncing fucking names.
Pretty much. He managed to squeeze this diving header in at the most, acute angle. Donnarumma tries to make the save, but the ball just crossed it. Donnarumma.
Fucking Donnarumma.
Down syndrome. But Donnarumma, the ball was already over the line. He palms it into the top of the net. 2-1 Italy and Austria. They tried, but they never really got that chance. Normally, they always say... They always say you're going to get one chance, but for Austria, it never really came. So they got back to 2-1 and just couldn't really create anything last 5 minutes. They gave the ball away in possession a lot of times. I felt like Austria, the last couple of minutes, they were trying to like play build up. They're trying to pass it about, and maybe they had big men up front. Perhaps the best thing would have been just to go route one at this stage, but they didn't do that. They tried to pass it about. Then they lost the ball, and then they were committing fouls. And when you've only a couple of minutes left, if you make 2 or 3 fouls, that's eating up more or less all the clock. So they made the mistakes. They paid for it because Italy came out 2-1 winners. So that means Italy advance, with Italy then awaiting the winner of Belgium versus Portugal in the quarterfinals, and Denmark await the winner of Holland and Czech Republic. Albeit maybe not in this performance, but I think Italy and Denmark can go even further than the quarterfinals. I wouldn't be surprised to see both of them win their next games, regardless of who gets through. And I think we could see Italy and Denmark both in the semis.
Aye, because they're fucking. Denmark have got the easier way to the final. Italy, they weren't that good tonight, but then again, yeah, it'll be a tough game against Belgium or Portugal, but I could see the Italians in the semis.
And that's all this guy's got to add, because he's utter dog shite. And anyway, that's it. That's it for me.
What do you want me to say? See the Euros, it fucking died Monday 14th.
Monday 14th?
Czech Republic 2, Scotland 0.
I mean, we still had a chance. Like, died when we lost to Croatia.
It died when we fucking...
When did my channel die?
I mean, 23 years of hurt.
Damn. And on that note, guys, that's us done. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, like the comments, do all that good stuff. Subscribe to our other channels, and we'll be back tomorrow with more Euro action.